Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Jen Sholwin. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Tonight, we are going to be talking about kicking those sugar cravings, right? We all get them. They get so intense sometimes, and sometimes they're just truthfully so hard to ignore, right? So here tonight, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the simple tools that you can be doing, when those cravings kick in to help you overcome them, and habits that you can adopt into your lifestyle on a regular basis so that you are reducing the amount of cravings that you're getting on a daily basis. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into this. For those of you who don't know me, Jen J, Advanced Holistic Nutritionist. I have training in 7 different areas of nutrition. I also hold a bachelor's degree in psychology that focused really heavily on human physical and psychological development, as well as the research and psychometric side of studies. And from my coaching practice, I help women experience symptomatic relief from their hormones while supporting their families and making healthy living easier. I'm a mom. I know that if it's not easy for the whole family to adopt the habits that are necessary, that it's not going to happen. So I really help I really help the whole family get healthy while helping mom experience a little bit of relief. Now, I've been inspired to do this because I personally have lived with a hormone imbalance for 17 years that has really taken over my life. And I am now symptom free, and that is all through lifestyle. So I don't take any medication. And when I do experience symptomatic flare ups, it's normally because I've chosen to ignore a specific habit that I know is going to increase the chances of those flare ups. So it's really quite empowering. It feels amazing. But basically, I live and I coach by the motto, one bite at a time, which comes down to the idea that basically we have the opportunity every time we eat to hurt or heal our body. And considering that most of us eat anywhere between 3 and 6 times a day, we really have an opportunity every time we eat to influence how our body looks and feels very rapidly. Okay. Eating is one of the easiest ways to change our health because we do it so often. So, focusing on small and consistent changes, literally one bite at a time, is what's going to help you produce the results that you're looking for. Now, tonight, here's a little bit of fun fact for you. Okay, so did you know that how much sugar is actually in a Starbucks drink? A grande caramel brulee latte actually has 52 grams of sugar and like 430 calories. Okay, so for comparison, to give you a little bit of perspective in that, basically a healthy-ish amount of sugar, or our maximum amount of sugar that we should be consuming on a daily basis, is about 100 grams. And that includes sugars from foods and carbohydrates and starches. Okay. So having excess refined sugars, especially in 52 grams in large amounts like that, really pushes us over that 100-gram limit. Very quickly. Okay. Now, by comparison, the Frappuccino version contains 63 grams of sugar and 410 calories. A venti contains 82 grams of sugar and 510 calories. That's really scary, right? Those are really high numbers. Pretty much almost all of your allowed sugar intake in the day is just taken right through one drink. That is really intense. Now, sugar is everywhere, right? We know that it's everywhere. It's really hard to avoid. It's really hard to ignore. And it actually hides behind over 50 different names. So it can even be hard to recognize. Now, there are, of course, 2 different kinds of sugars. There are complex sugars, which would be a complex carbohydrate, things like fruits and vegetables, whole grains, even things like beans and lentils contain complex carbohydrates. Then there are what's called simple sugars and refined sugars. And refined sugars are the ones that we find added into a lot of foods and sweets and candies and convenience items. Okay, so these refined sugars, now, let's backtrack a second. Complex sugars, complex carbohydrates, are a healthy form because they are usually combined with a starch, or fiber, which slows down the process of absorption of sugar and regulates it throughout the body. Whereas when we're looking at a refined source of sugar, we don't have that starch, we don't have that fiber that slows down the intake. And so that sugar is readily available for absorption, which causes a lot of increases in our insulin levels and a lot of other things we're going to talk about actually in a little bit. So, refined sugar is depleting our body of its minerals and enzymes and actually creates an acidic environment, leading to digestive problems, sinus congestion, cellulite, headaches, mucus, and even allergies. Okay. Now, when we consume refined sugar, it has a negative impact on our blood sugar levels, like our insulin levels, right? And this can actually lead to irritability, anxiety, wrinkles, poor sleep, hormone imbalances, ladies, and can even lead to more serious health problems, like diabetes. Now, most of us as women, we get to that certain time of the month and all we want is sugar. And unfortunately, when we give into that craving, we're actually perpetuating the cycle of the hormone fluctuations that are encouraging the sugar cravings. Okay. And so your cravings actually become stronger, harder to ignore, and they last longer in your cycle and are more likely to reappear your next cycle. So learning and adopting some of the habits we're going to talk about today can help you start to decrease that habitual situation that you find yourself in. Now, sugar, this is really, really scary. Okay. These are kind of the types of things that you can come across when you're eating high levels of sugar or refined sugars. It's when it's a part of your regular diet, but basically it's increasing the risk of cancer. It feeds inflammation, suppresses our immunity, leads to digestive problems, causes reactive hypoglycemia, interferes with our absorption of protein. That's a really big deal. Protein is essential. It's an essential building block for our hair and skin and nails and so much of what our bodily functions do naturally. So when we have a lack of protein absorption, we can look and feel very depleted. Okay. But it also increases your chances of food allergies. And this is because sugar actually feeds harmful bacteria in our gut system. And doing so leaves our gut system vulnerable because about 80% of our immune system is actually created in our gut system. Really cool, right? But if we have a weak gut, then we are less likely to have a strong immune system. And that weak gut is increased and encouraged by intakes. Okay. Of course, I think most of us are familiar with this one and probably most frustrated, but sugar also hampers our weight loss goals. It increases the free cholesterols in our body, accelerates our aging process, increases anxiety, makes you moody. It complicates ADD, ADHD, and spectrum-related issues, weakens our eyesight, and leads to nutritional deficiencies. So not only is sugar interfering with the absorption of protein, but it also interferes with the absorption of vital micronutrients and phytonutrients that our body requires for good health. Also, when you are consuming high levels of refined sugar, you are missing out on the opportunity to eat something that would promote good health and provide nutritional backup and support. And so when you miss that opportunity, you are now contributing to a nutritional deficiency at a cellular level within your body. But when sugar is not depleting your body, you can experience glowing skin, less bloating, better sleep, even an improved sex drive, no more bags under your eyes, fewer mood swings, stabilized blood sugar, which also means fewer cravings, weight loss, and of course, even less cellulite, which is because of the less toxins running free in your body. Okay, so these are all some of, you'll experience a lot more than that when you don't have high levels of refined sugar in your body. But these are some of the most common symptoms and complaints that my clients come to me with to say, I want to improve these things, or I want to look this way, I want to feel this way. And oftentimes we find that sugar is one of the most contributing factors to the way that they look and they feel. So starting to incorporate these upcoming habits is going to help you reach those goals. So here are 5 ways to kick the cravings, and I'm going to share with you a couple of extra tools at the end of this as well. Okay. So number 1, drink more water. Sometimes sugar cravings are associated with a drop in energy levels. So, drinking water can help perk you up and satisfy your craving, right? So, rather than turning to a cup of coffee, even if it's black coffee, I would still recommend drinking water. Water is going to better rehydrate your body, wake you up over a cup of coffee. Okay. Now, here's a pro tip for you. I know water can get super boring. I personally don't like drinking water. It's a habit that I have to consistently remind myself to do. But adding some fresh fruits, veggies, herbs, or even an herbal tea bag to your water can help spruce it up to really give you that variety so that you're not feeling so bored and bland from it. Eat some healthy fats. Okay. Sugar cravings are a sign that your blood sugar levels are dropping and your body is looking for a quick fix. So, healthy fats help to balance your blood sugar levels. So, here's another pro tip for you: keep some unsalted nuts or seeds handy to curb those cravings when they start to creep in. So if you find you're starting to, maybe around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you start to get those cravings, or possibly after supper time, this is when your blood sugar levels are kind of changing depending on what you've eaten after a meal or just for your meal, sorry. So keeping some nuts and seeds handy can help you restabilize that so that you're not feeling that crave and that desire to eat something sweet. So you keeping them in a little baggie or container in your purse, in your desk, in your car, even keeping them handy wherever it is that you know you're going to be, or places you happen to be at random times that your cravings kick in, is really great to do. And of course, it's so easy to make a very simple and healthy trail mix as well. So you could easily get some bulk nuts and seeds, throw them together in a container so that you have it grab and go. Add some dried fruit into that to add some sweetness that isn't going to perpetuate your craving cycle. Get your beauty sleep. Ladies, I'm serious. This one is really, really hard to do because a lot of us we just have so much on the go. We have so much commitments. We have difficulty saying no. We put everybody else's needs first before our own. And oftentimes, this is where we lack our self care commitments, our sleep, right? When your body is exhausted or even just overtired, it has little natural fuels to run on and actually tends to crave more sugars. And that's to fight the fatigue and provide more energy. Okay. Basically, what happens when you're very tired is that your body starts to enter that survival mode. When you're in survival mode, back from the caveman ages when it was necessary to actually survive, um, the body required simple sugars and easy sugars that would provide energy right away in order to survive the moment. Okay, now because our survival mode still exists, and yet we don't have those same circumstances under which we need to survive, um, we get those cravings, and yet we oblige them, but it's not necessary to. Okay, now getting your sleep is going to help keep your body energized so that you're not entering that survival mode throughout the day. So a really great pro tip here for this one is go to bed 30 minutes earlier at night. I know it's really hard to do, but if you even have to set it in your schedule, put an alarm on your phone, put it on your calendar, just do it. Okay, it's really, really important. And so basically, the success of your day tomorrow starts with tonight. So setting yourself up for success tomorrow starts with the actions that you do tonight. So go to bed earlier. Turn your screens off 30 to turn your screens off 30 to 60 minutes before bed. The white and the blue lights from our screens actually interfere with our body's ability to regulate our melatonin, which is our sleep hormone, meaning that you're less likely to fall asleep early or get restful sleep. So if you find you're going to bed, but you're not feeling rested when you wake up, you may want to consider turning your screens off earlier than you already are, and ensuring that you are changing the background color on your screen to the night vision mode, which I believe is like a yellow color instead of the white blue, so that you're not interfering with your sleep hormones. Here's another really great tip that I use with all of my clients. drink a shake, okay? Satisfy your cravings when they overpower you with nutritional food, okay? A protein loaded shake can help you feel full and help you avoid eating something that would enhance your cravings. So, my pro tip here is to try my favorite plant based vegan protein powder that can be used in smoothies and energy bites, pudding, even edible cookie dough. So, if you're really looking for that super sweet opportunity, um, this does it all, okay? But it also does not interfere with your blood sugar levels, and that is because it is loaded with plant-based fiber that helps regulate and stabilize your blood sugar levels. So instead of you having a rapid increase in your insulin levels and then a rapid decrease, which would cause you to go for more sweets and more and feed into more cravings, this actually doesn't do that. It has a very stable supply of energy that's going to last you several hours, so that you are not going for those cravings. Comes in two amazing flavors, like Dutch chocolate and French vanilla. Like, they're classics. You can't go wrong with them. They're not grainy. They're actually loaded with tons of plant-based goodness and nutrition as well. So not just the protein aspect of it, but even things like broccoli, sprouts, and you don't even taste them, I promise you. But highly concentrated superfoods is found in this powder, which is really going to help your body begin to, you know, get that nutrition at that cellular level that we're missing out on by choosing refined sugar options. Now, I always encourage all of my clients to bridge the gap. Okay, we talked about how we are nutritionally uh, deficient at a cellular level because of the high levels of refined sugars that we're eating, and missing out on opportunities to put better things in our body. So, I recommend for everybody to bridge the gap. Now, studies show that we require 7 to 13 servings of fruits and veggies every day. Most of us don't even get 5 servings. All right. So, bridging the gap with a whole food plant based nutrition option supplement is a great way to top you up to ensure that your body at that cellular level is getting what it needs nutritionally. Okay, so this is my favorite supplement. It's the supplement I recommend to all of my clients. It contains over 30 fruits, veggies, and berries that are clinically shown by third party independent research to support the body's health at a cellular level. And it's clinically shown with over 40 published studies that it positively impacts the body and the body's health in the same way that eating and consuming fruits and vegetables does. So it doesn't replace your requirement to eat fruits and vegetables, but it tops you up and it bridges the gap between what you should be eating and what you are eating. Now, because there are over 30 fruits, veggies, and berries in these capsules, it is a very simple way to add variety and consistency to your nutrition routine that you wouldn't be getting otherwise. Really cool fun fact here is that it's also free for children with an adult order. So your kids are also getting, that top up, that gap, or that bridge between what they're eating, what they should be eating, especially when it comes to kids because they go through such picky phases. So knowing that they're getting the nutrition at a cellular level of extra fruits and veggies is a really great way to ensure that you're bridging that gap for them as well. Okay. But this is also going to help support the body's detox process. We talked earlier about how sugar, interferes with our absorption of nutrients and how it, damages our gut system and overloads our immune system. And basically, what ends up happening in all of that process is that our body just can't keep up, and we actually get an overload in our body, and a detox overload where our body just can't keep up with the amount of attacks of inflammation and gut damage and immune response. And so we don't have a healthy detox process when we're living like that. And we end up experiencing fatigue and low immune system, excess fat, holding on to excess weight. We can't lose the weight. Supporting our body at a cellular level nutritionally helps support that detox process. Okay. Now it is NSF certified, so that's a third party independent researcher that ensures that there are no banned substances in the produce in the capsules, that there's better than organic standards, so there's no pesticides and herbicides and all of that good stuff, and that what's on the label is actually in the product, and what's in the product is on the label. So there's full transparency. And then I also do like that it's gluten and dairy free, so that it doesn't contain any known inflammatory foods that would generally tend to irritate other people's or some people's digestive systems. Okay, so knowing that our digestive system is already very compromised from the high levels of sugars that we consume, it is just nice knowing that supplements are not going to interfere with that. Now, why do I recommend this versus a multivitamin? There's a couple of things. Okay, number one, most multivitamins are synthetic, or all of them are synthetic man-made chemicals, and they're also isolated. And so our body doesn't recognize those chemicals as a true source of nutrition. And so while we do absorb portions of it, we do not get the full absorption and the full benefits of it, in contrast as if we were eating food that contained that nutrition. Okay, so when we eat lots of plant-based fruits and vegetables and berries, we get what's called a synergistic effect. So the compounding and the teamwork of the vitamins, the minerals, and the phytonutrients in food are amplified when you eat these foods together. So eating certain foods. So for example, eating a food high in iron is great, but you can increase the absorption of the iron by eating it with something high in vitamin C. Okay, the same thing works for all of our vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. They are all amplified. The effects of them are amplified. The absorption levels are amplified of them by eating fruits and vegetables with them. Now, we don't get that effect when we take a multivitamin. Okay. Also, most multivitamins are not clinically backed and researched in the same level and the same capacity that this supplement is. So I always lead with food first. If you can begin to experience positive health movement and results by eating better food and changing your diet, you're working in the right direction. And this helps you do that. Now, if you're interested in jumpstarting your health, okay, I encourage you to look at the Shred 10 lifestyle program. All right. So this is a group coaching program that follows 10 guidelines of good health. One of them being reducing refined sugars and reducing inflammatory foods and habits that would increase your chances of having cravings. Okay. Now, I do offer coaching in this program as well, so that you can actually help or I can actually help you achieve the goals that you're looking for and work you through that process. So including free resources and cookbooks, a great support group, and a lot of fun, lots of great challenges going on in there as well. And what I really, really like about a Shred program is that it's not about dieting. It's not about counting calories. It's not about restricting your food, and it's not about over exercising. And here's why. Okay. Basically, what happens when we are dieting or over exercising is we get a rebound effect. And there's a reason for that. Okay. When we have stored fat in our body, they actually enrobe the toxins in our body, and that helps protect our organs. So when we begin to burn fat, either through dieting, such as calorie restrictions, or in like macronutrient restrictions, following certain fads, that sort of thing, or we start over exercising, when we're not having the proper nutrition, we stress our body out, right? Our body enters that fight or flight survival mode. And what happens is, though we are burning fat, we're exposing all of our organs to toxins. So we actually feel worse, and we get a rebound effect because that survival mode kicks in, and self-protection causes an increase in fat retention and fat production to help protect the organs again. Okay. Now, the Shred 10 program works very differently. It works on cleansing our body. So rather than dieting or over exercising, it's about healthy habits. Habits are lifestyle. Okay. So it's long-term sustainable habits that are helping your body shed the toxins, not just the fat. All right. So cleansing gives the body the nutrients that it needs in order to succeed. And shedding fat is the result of the reduced toxicity. So you enter into a maintenance mode instead of a rebound mode where you have a better overall health, less fat, more muscle, and no rebound. So it's not about being skinny, it's about being healthy. And cleansing can help you do that. So if you're interested in joining the Shred 10 program, feel free to leave me a question here if you're watching us live, or send me an email. Just hit reply and I'd be happy to tell you more about it, and we could jump on a discovery call and figure out exactly how it could work for you and your goals. Now, I do want to let you all know that I am hosting a couple of more events over the next couple of days. So, if you are a parent watching this and you've got some kiddos at home, any age, I am sharing tomorrow at noon hour 10 super easy ways to sneak extra fruits and veggies into your family's diet. So, this is going to be a really, really great one. Super easy ways, I promise you. Again, a 30-minute webinar for that one. And then this weekend is actually an all weekend event, which is Deck the Balls holiday event. So protein ball party. It's hosted in a Facebook group. So just connect with me on Facebook. You can find me at Living Healthy One Bite at a Time, or just my name, Jen Jolroy. And I would be happy to add you to the group to join that. It's all free, tons of fun, but we're going to be doing live recipe demos, some giveaways, some games, and recipes, and lots of fun stuff in there. Okay. I also have two more events running on Monday. So one in the morning at 9:30 a.m. That is going to be a workshop. So a snack prep workshop for families to help get 5 easy, delicious, and nutritious snacks prepped together as a family for the first week of the holidays. So that one will be lots of fun. And then Monday night at 7 p.m., I have a very special event for moms, and it's called the Rubber Band Mom. And I'm going to be sharing 10 ways that you, as a rubber band mom, can keep from snapping. All right. So if you're interested in any of those, be sure to just check the email that this recording is in. I will share the links with them for you there. Now, as a very huge thank you to all of you for following along with me this far, I do want to hand out this wonderful cookbook of delicious sweet treat recipes. Okay, so super, super healthy ways to kick those cravings, overcome your sugar addictions, and really jumpstart your health. All right, so thank you all so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. And I'm just going to jump over and see if there are any questions. But if you have any questions or you'd like to follow up with me at any time, you can just follow me. You can find me on my website, jenshealthyliving.ca. You can find me on social media, Living Healthy One Bite at a Time, or my name, Jen Jolroy. So thank you all so much.